Hey, it's Jay Maggio with At Properties here in Hinsdale, and today I want to talk about the impact of the shelter-in-place order as well as just COVID-19 in general on the new construction and renovation market, and then also just some of the subtle differences between the two. If you're like me, you've been sitting at home, working at home for the last 5 to 6 weeks. It is a new experience for a lot of us, getting used to kids running around and all the chaos at home. But I think what it's done is made individuals just acutely aware of what they have, what their home is like, how is it best suiting them. And when we come out of this, I do think that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to look at their home and see if there's a way to change it to make it more adaptable to a potential, work from home, extension, if you will, and if their jobs end up changing to where they're doing more working from home. And then also just, really think about if the space they have is even usable and potentially, adequate, if you will, in terms of space for the next, if there's another, instance where we're going to be in our homes, for this, extended period of time. So I do think that we're going to see a pretty sizable demand for new construction and even renovation moving forward, simply because I don't think there's going to be people that don't want to live in someone else's home. I mean, there are just people that are like that in general. And then I think with this fear of getting sick or germs, I think that's going to put a demand on new construction. And quite honestly, I think there's going to be a little bit of lack of supply just because, we're spending at least a month with, building permits and people that can't meet with builders or contractors or whatever, getting that process started. It's going to delay some of that supply. So, what are the pros of new construction? Well, certainly customability. You're going to be able to design a space that's going to work for you, and then people, that have gone through this stay at home and wanting a unique space to, whether it's one or two individuals working from home, I think that's going to be huge. The biggest downside right now is just cost. There is, never been a bigger spread between the resale and new construction market. In fact, I was looking up these numbers at the beginning of the year in the Chicagoland area. It's about a 40% premium depending on the area. And so just to put that in perspective, in 2008, the last, sort of peak of the market, that spread was about 13%. So significant, cost to build right now. Three main reasons. One, land, just scarce, and it's gone up in price considerably. Two, just a shortage of labor. After the last, housing crash, there were a lot of contractors that didn't get back into it. And then finally, just the overall costs of the materials. I mean, everything has gone up in price, and it's never been more expensive to build a new home. On the flip side, renovating. Like I said, I think a lot of people are going to consider doing home renovations and projects to their home now that they've been, spending a lot of time there and seeing kind of what they do and don't like about it. But I do think that if you're somebody in the market that's thinking about, designing your own space and the cost of new construction is prohibitive, renovation is, certainly an option. And I think that there's better value in finding a home that's outdated or needs a little bit of love and just a new, fresh idea to make it a true custom home. And I think as we kind of come out of this, we're going to see more and more people leading that way. I've built homes, I've renovated homes. I can, share the pros and cons of both. My wife will certainly tell you the cons of living through a 9-month renovation, but at the end of the day, it does provide options for buyers that are out there. So if you have any questions about it, let me know. Feel free to email me or leave a comment. Thanks.